Happy Superhero
What's up,
Day to everyone out there. What's up, y'all? Dylan Landon here for the Flash After Show at the Stream.TV studios, celebrating Superhero Day with my Batman vs. Superman outfit going on right here. Another episode of The Flash in the books. Say what up to the crew.
What up? How's it going, guys?
Hey, guys.
Jack and Lauren doing their thing. Amazing episode. We'll get everybody's thoughts. Devon, what do you think? Not a lot of words for Devon as usual.
Pretty quiet today.
Whoa.
So rare for Devon to get such a quiet moment.
Well, Devon, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
We'll get to
Always
your
a
thoughts
pleasure.
in a minute. But let's find out where the human version of you actually is tonight. So.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Devon, #1 Flash fan of all time. Got my Nuggets hat on today. On my way to this meeting, okay? Got a couple projects to work on. Hopefully you see one next month. Wink, wink, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna miss the episode today, but I'm gonna watch it later on. No spoilers, please. Please, no spoilers. Dylan, Jack, Lauren, I know y'all can hold it down. And happy birthday to J-Hool88 and that dude KPW7. I ain't forgot about you, bruh. I'm gonna see you guys next week. Deuces.
Even on his time off remembers to, shout you guys out with his birthday love, because he is the #1 Flash fan of all time, you know what I'm saying? So it was a great episode. Now it's getting juicy.
It is getting real juicy.
It's getting
There's
juicy.
no more like revelation. There's no more like theories pretty much anymore.
No, now
Everything's
we're
laid out
seeing-
on the table now. Now
Absolutely.
it's crunch time. We are ready to see some asses get kicked.
Yes, and
That's what we are
Barry
ready
will
for.
probably be doing some of that ass kicking.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
hope so.
And may or may not involve Gideon now moving forward, because now it's been revealed that Gideon was created by Barry in the Future Room, and now that Harrison Wells is like a full-on villain, which we'll get to in a little bit, is he gonna be at Star Labs anymore, or is Star Labs now Cisco's and Caitlin's and Barry's?
It's very interesting because the one thing that I thought that Barry and the whole crew had like an advantage on Dr. Wells was the element of surprise. But now, since we didn't know that Gideon was spying on them this whole entire time and actually relayed to Dr. Wells everything that they had been planning from the get-go, it's kind of interesting to see how it's going to play out. Because I'd imagine it'd be a little awkward work environment. A little awkward to go save lives.
They depend on Wells all the time.
Yeah.
When something goes haywire now, they're going to be like, Doctor. No, wait, it's just us.
Well,
Yep.
Barry's gonna have to Saigu, step your game up. You guys use that. But
So I just got it.
yeah,
Just got it.
Like your friend's not about to watch the Flash right now. They'll be like, yo, Saigu, bro.
Saigu.
Anyway, so now Barry might have to take that leadership role. But guys, let us know about the backstory about why Gideon, was created by Barry. We want to know exactly how that all came about and how Harrison Wells got his hands on it.
Exactly, and why is Gideon now answering to Wells? Does Gideon think that Wells is a part of Barry? Does
Well,
Gideon
he's a
think that
speedster,
Wells
so maybe it's just anyone who's a
exactly,
speedster.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Hence why Barry was able to get in through the door as well, because
we were all kind of concerned that there was no, we were all concerned that there was no sort of like button or security or fingerprint. We're like, really, anybody can just go into your secret lair? That doesn't seem safe.
I wouldn't throw too much shade Gideon's way. We like Gideon. That's going to be cool to have at the disposal of Barry. One of the things she was about to say, and I don't know if it's a he or a she, but let's just go with she.
She sounds like
Gideon's
she.
definitely.
Yeah, she definitely sounds like a girl.
I think
for
we're
sure.
going to feminize Gideon.
Okay, cool. So Gideon was a shade. Maybe Bruce Jenner. No. Anyway.
Too soon.
So she was about to say that Barry Allen, founding member of the. And cut her off, but she was going to say the Justice League, which is very cool. And so Barry, he's stepping his game up, like we were saying, and pretty much going to don the same suit that Jack is wearing right now.
I know I've worn this before, but it's Superhero National Day, so I'm showing my love to you, Mr.
As a matter of
Flash.
fact, guys, we want to know how you're celebrating this day. So go ahead and use the hashtag #StreamSuperhero.
Yeah.
Superheroes in plural.
Go.
And send us your photos of how you're celebrating or what you're rocking. And we'll do our best to either post it later this episode or maybe next week.
Wait,
So
can't
do
they
that
send
up.
them to me now?
Yeah, of course they can.
You can send them to
Right
me now,
now.
and we can throw them
But
up on the show. Just use
maybe it's the future. And we're not here anymore.
Bum, bum, bum.
And they're watching.
Oh my
another
God, guys!
time.
I already have to follow multiple different storylines for the future with the Flash. I can't handle after-show future storylines.
It's getting crazy. In the past, though, Ia Barthon killed Nora Allen, and now we heard out of spite
Yeah.
And Jack did a great job while the show was going on of explaining all
did.
of that. So
I've
let's
just got
have
put
Jack
under
do
so
that now.
much pressure right now. Right, so the way I'm seeing this right now is that Harrison Wells goes back in time to kill Barry to prevent Barry from ever becoming the Flash, so that he sorry, not Harrison Wells, Eobard Thawne goes back in time to kill Barry so that he can prevent him from becoming the Flash. Barry himself in 2024 obviously manages to come back with Eobard Thawne, protect his younger self from being killed. So out of spite, Eobard Thawne goes, I'll kill your mum instead.
Which, by the way, is the worst reason to do something,
Right?
just to be mean and vengeful. Like, I mean, it's someone's life. That's like the worst thing. Really getting in there and twisting.
Well,
Unless that was to push him into
Exactly.
really.
I think now Barry
it was one or the other. It
Now
was get
Barry
rid of
is
the
like
Flash.
super motivated to like be this hero and then save the day, which is even going to help Eobard Thawne get back to the
into his own
future
time
even
as well.
faster. And then Barry said, Eobard Thawne said, "I'm not going to kill you, Barry. I need you." So I just don't know how they're going to be like working together or against each other moving forward now.
Yeah.
And that remains to be seen.
They're going to be playing on each other's strengths.
Because at the end of the day, even though Eobard Thawne, aka Dr. Wells, is trying to make Barry better so that he can get his powers, at the end of the day, Barry really has no choice, because if he doesn't get better, he can't compete with the Reverse Flash anyway. So he really has no choice.
Do we think he's going to stay? Do we think he's going to stay in season 1? Do we think that season 1 is going to be the end of the Reverse Flash and we're going to see a second? I know we've all been talking about it over the Twitterverse. I want to know what you guys think. Do we think Harrison Wells, Eobard Thawne's going to stay in season 1, or do you think episode 24 could be the end of it?
Jack, I don't understand the question. What?
Do you think Eobard Thawne is going to stay in season 1 of The Flash? Do you think he's going to stay here at the end of it?
I
Do you
think
he's gonna
absolutely he's
carry
gonna
on?
still be in it.
It's not going to be Groot who takes over as the main villain of season 2?
No, I think he's still going to be
Moving
in
forward, next
Moving
season is the
forward,
Reverse
yeah.
Flash Eobard Thawne going to be the same villain?
Yeah.
Going to be the villain.
Going to be still in the
Of
show?
the-
it. Or is he going to be killed off? Is like what
Or
he's
is he
saying.
gonna
Or is
be
he gonna
killed
be-
Oh, no. I think he's going to be around for a while. I think
what I
we're going
think
to see
too.
Do you think he's
Grodd
not going to
coming
go?
up.
You don't think they're going to get him back to his own time
Well,
by the end
no,
of the
I don't think he's
season?
going to go back to his time. He might go do other things.
Yeah.
Because he's hood rat and he likes to do
'Cause
hood
he's-
rat things. So he might go do that and then come back.
Eobard Thawne is a hood rat?
But I don't think Grodd. I don't
know.
think Grodd is gonna sustain the show as a villain because
Yeah.
A, it's like a gorilla and he's
Yeah,
probably
no,
CGI.
no.
So I think he's gonna be like here and there for the big battles. But we did
too
see a
short.
new power. What Lauren was saying, a new power that Flash used, and it was doing his speed thing that we've all seen many times. So we're very excited about that. I know Devon was excited about that. Devon,
know.
thoughts?
We were. Wow, so silent yet again tonight.
I mean,
Thanks,
we
Devon.
do know that if he was here, if you go back through every single after show episode,
He's always said that he
will
wanted to see that.
Exactly. I think
Every
they watched
time.
it and they were like, let's do this guy a favor. Let's just give him the arms.
Yeah, let's give him
They
the
did
arms.
it.
Let's give it to him.
But I'll tell you what though, Harrison Wells is. You know what? Maybe he's not a hood rat, but he's gangster.
He's
he
a
just
don.
played everybody,
Everyone.
he's the. Even though he's the bad guy, I was just like, yo, that dude's the man.
He's the
Yeah.
coolest bad guy ever, hands
Well,
down.
let's-
At the
Killed
end with
it.
the reveal, just the whole way through it. The whole way
Yeah,
through it.
just
None
on
of
top
us.
of
Let's be real
everything.
here. He's been all the way to the future. He's been planning this for a while now. So I feel that, like, yes, I'm not taking anything away from him. Mad props to Dr. Wells for being a supervillain, but he has had some time to plan here. He's come back from the future. He's had at least 100 years. So
does he know?
there's
Like,
that.
is there any way around that? Like, is Harrison Wells just like the be all end all know it all?
No, I think now that they know what they're dealing with, and we're going back
Well,
to Devon.
I-
Now that we know that what we're dealing with, I think that our team has to just kind of regroup and figure out how to face this next adversary.
Timelines are constantly changing as well. Obviously,
True.
depending on what you do affects the outcome of what happens in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So Eobard Thawne is obviously, because he knows his version of the future,
Right.
he's trying to keep everybody on that track. But the guys are
That's how they can mess
the
him up,
guys
is by taking him to another version of the future. Yeah.
Exactly, they
What
constantly
is
are.
Harrison Wells' new role now? So let's say he's going to finish the season, and now season 2 he's around. He's a full-on villain, apparently. So how are they going to interact? What's
That's
his
what
role
I
in the
mean.
show?
Exactly,
Where do you
that's what
see
I
it
wanna know.
happen? What do you see?
I mean, I think that he's definitely a force to be reckoned with. He's not something that you're going to be able to ignore. I think he's going to pop up in every single episode almost, unless we can get him in a different alternative timeline at some point or whatever. That's the only way that I see him disappearing for a few episodes, because otherwise, he's not going to let up. I mean,
Well, he still wants Barry to be stronger, and so he might be like creating these scenarios for Barry to, Saigu, and become a better Flash.
Saigu, step up
No,
your...
step your game up.
Oh, step
But you
your
can use
game
it as a
up,
verb
sorry.
too, like
That's totally an American
you got a
thing.
Saigu.
you got a Saigu.
Like,
That's
so he's
so
Saigu, you're
awesome.
like, I got a Saigu, like.
For those of you who didn't know what Saigu was, like myself, now we
Yes.
know. Apologies.
Oh yes, not too many people know it, but
I had no idea what
Yo, in
Saigu was,
Australia
so
they
I
be
could be
saying
the
it.
only idiot here. I don't know.
But, no, but feel free to start using it.
Hashtag Saigu.
Hashtag Saigu all day.
There we go, all
Step
day
your game up.
long.
Let's not forget about that. What were we saying? I forgot.
The second, Lauren's most favourite part of
Yeah.
this was its reveal.
Yeah.
The subtleness of it was ingenious. We were
Yes.
all expecting this. I'm the Flash.
Right.
But no.
No, Iris. So we saw Iris. Yeah, the zip. Yeah. We saw Iris in this episode. We saw it in her face that after Barry, when he rushed off to go help save Eddie, he touched her hand and there was that little zip, that little electricity bolt, which we saw the same thing in the flashback when Iris is sitting there pouring her heart out saying, please come back to us. It was a very heartfelt speech, very well done. And you saw that same spark, that same electrical spark. And I think that, she never expected that, the Barry that she's known and loved since she was a little child would ever be a superhero. And she knew it that very second. It all made sense to her. It all clicked. And that was the reveal.
So fact or fiction,
Yeah.
Iris knows Barry is the Flash.
Oh, she knows.
Yeah? You think that was it?
I think she absolutely
Why don't
knows.
you guys
Yeah.
go ahead and tweet us, use the hashtag #TheFlashAS, and let us know what you think, whether Iris now knows. Now, even if she does know, is she going to reveal that she knows? Because Eddie's probably not going to be happy about that. Barry might not know how to react about that, and it might just screw up everything. Maybe she just keeps it under wraps for now to play it cool.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It could be one of those things. You know how sometimes when you really suspect something, in your heart of hearts, you really know that something is real, but you're not really ready yet to put it out there into the ether. It could be something like that, where she's she knows, but she doesn't want to believe that she really knows. That's
She's just
possible.
she's got such a confusion. segueing into that is also how we feel about Joe denying Eddie's proposal. I
Yeah.
feel like this
Yeah,
episode
and
was a big sense
Joe
to that.
wound up explaining that to us, and I
Made a very
Is there
good
any
point.
other reasons why? I mean, that does make sense, but he was going to propose anyway.
do we
Yeah, so
agree,
that's the
though?
thing. So Joe said no to Eddie, and then Eddie was like, "Screw that, I'm just doing it anyway." So he was just.
Yeah,
I still don't think Eddie
I'm
will do
gonna
it.
marry her anyway.
yes, go, Lauren.
That's
follow
Eddie's theme
Lauren.
song.
That's Eddie's theme song, magic.
Yeah.
No, I think. I want to say Joe had a good point in saying no, but I also think Joe doesn't. I can't say Joe doesn't have a right as his father. The whole reason is to get a blessing. But I also think that's not a good enough reason for Joe to say that one day in the future.
Because it wasn't really
may
about
not be
Eddie.
the
It was
guy.
really about him thinking that Iris
wouldn't be
really
happy.
wasn't
Right.
happy with
But
Eddie.
at the end of the day,
Is that up to Joe to decide?
It's not.
though?
See, as a parent, that's got to be up to the kids. It's got to be,
Let
it's their
her-
life.
She don't leave the nest, Joe. She don't leave the nest.
You have to be able to let her make her own decisions in life. And if she ever found out from her dad that he was going to do that, and then he told him no,
Oh, that'd be hell.
oh snap!
So at the very end, we see how Eobard Thawne prevent Eddie from proposing, and then reveals that they're family, and then says that he's an insurance policy, which I'm assuming is because he's in the police force and he's close with Iris.
It's in the bloodline. Eddie's in the bloodline.
Well, yeah, he
that's why
tells him
an
he's
insurance
family. So
policy.
now,
Right,
how do
so
you think Eddie is going to take this news? How will this affect his outlook on life, on Eobard Thawne? Now, is this going to propel? Now, Iris knows Barry's the Flash, so now is Eddie going to team up with Eobard? What's going to happen?
Yeah,
I think they're setting it all up because if Iris now does know that Barry is the Flash and she starts to really let her feelings come out that everyone has suspected that she's had for forever, that can definitely spur Eddie to start getting jealous. If he sees them start to get together, he may utilize Eobard Thawne and his newfound family and find, kind of solace in that to be able to go and counterattack towards Barry.
There's a lot of stuff being set up because when I waste my time on the social media world, which we all do,
say waste your time?
Please, what do? We all know we're wasting time on it at the same time. Tonight, if any of you guys follow Danielle Panabaker on Instagram, you would have seen this little hint which she dropped. Her comment on her photo was, tonight on the CW The Flash, we set up a trap for Dr. Wells, and there's flashbacks to a colder Caitlin. What do we think?
Was there flashbacks of
yeah.
a colder Kate?
And not so
Was
much
there
a
a colder-
colder, and I wasn't sure where that came from, but I still feel like with her saying it. Guys, if you remember in the hour-long episode, unfortunately we don't get to remember the whole thing. Was there a flashback showing a colder side of
Well, I'll
Caitlin?
tell
Was
you
there
what-
anything that showed Caitlin being the bad girl?
I'll tell you what was said. Greg Berlanti tweeted something out about the remainder of the season, how #vibe, hashtag...
I've actually got
probably
it
ki-
right
Oh, why
here,
don't
if
you
you'd
say it
like
out
me to read-
loud?
See, screenshot. Aren't these phones the best thing ever? The last one
And
of
you
the
said
Flash...
social media was a waste.
I said social media was a waste. I said these phones are the best thing ever. The last run of the Flash eps continue. And by the way, I don't think social media is a waste. I love keeping in touch with you guys. You know that's me being silly. Here are your clues to the remaining eps. This is from Greg Berlanti himself. #vibe, #brood, #rogues, #reverse Flash, Hashtag watch live. I'm not sure if that was a huge hint. The watch live
Watch
one.
live? Well,
but I
watch
think
us
the rest
live.
of them were.
And if you are watching live, you can send us your questions or comments either in the YouTube comment section right now or on Twitter using the hashtag #TheFlashAS, and we're going to get to some of those live questions and some of the questions that you guys sent in earlier this week. And don't forget to use the hashtag Shazam superheroes. Stream superheroes. Shazam's going to be a great movie. Stream superheroes, and we'll maybe retweet you guys. So I'll be back in a flash.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
This is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
The more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy, it was hot, it was heated, I was into it.
You are gonna be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama, tell them, go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on the stream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
If you want more from the Flash.
Ooh, oh, hello.
Hey,
Back
Devon. Was
in-
that Devon or
yes,
me?
I think
That was
it
Devon speaking us to
Yes.
speaking
God?
to the heavens.
Devon, how you doing? Oh, he's still good. He's chilling. He's chilling. You know how he likes to chill.
He loves
Well,
to chill.
thank you guys for hanging out here at the Stream.tv studios with the Flash fam, and you guys are the biggest part of that. And don't forget to, hit our other Flash family up, like flashfans.org, Bam Smack Pow, Infinite Comics, and much,
With an X.
much with an X, and much, much more. But let's get to some of those online social media questions that aren't a waste of time. Except I probably personally think I'd be way more successful in life without social media, but that's neither here nor there. Or is it everywhere? Jack, go ahead.
I have the other iPad right now. Are we talking about YouTube shout-outs? Let's go for a quick YouTube question, because I just actually
Yeah, a
saw
live YouTube
question. I
question.
just found out Rick Stokely, he did YouTube question us and let us know how Gideon was created and why Gideon was created.
Oh, thank you. Let's hear that.
Rick Stokely, she was created to keep Barry advised of all and any criminal actions throughout the city. So Gideon, I guess, was like originally created as a like a God's eye kind of thing. Fast and
Eagle
Furious
Eye.
7, Furious 7.
There you
and
go.
I didn't see it yet.
You haven't seen that yet?
Nah, I'd like to.
I haven't seen it either.
Dude, it's crazy.
However, See You Again, that song set the record for most Spotify streams in a day and most Spotify streams in a week.
Damn. Pretty good
It's a
song.
good one. It's a good one. Okay, Twitter questions. First one comes from John Johnston Coney. With time traveling in The Flash, do you think in one episode Barry will go into the future and see one or two Justice League members?
That would be cool.
I think we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Like, guys, which Justice League characters do you want to see
Exactly.
most? But we definitely do, because according to this next question or photo from Twitter, which thank you guys for sending in, we do, because our homie, let's get his name, Daniel B1197, zoomed in on the photo from the Future Room, and it says, after an extreme, written by Iris West Allen, after an extreme street battle, yada, 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 the Flash, with the help from Sterling City's Green Arrow, the Atom, and Hawk Girl, they saved the day, and
Boom.
etc. So we know we're gonna see Hawk Girl at some point.
I'm excited for that. I think that's gonna be a good one.
You wanna play Hawk Girl?
I wanna play Hawk Girl.
Hashtag Lauren
Call.
for Hawk Girl.
What did you just call?
I called.
She just called.
Shahira, right? That's her name?
Yeah.
Well, Hawk Girl's great. But hit us up and let us know which Justice League characters you want to see most. And maybe not even just hero, villain as well. So we definitely know we do see some Justice League heroes. Our third question comes from Joshua Figaro. Do you think the Flash will end up going back through time again and reset time again, but this time knowing that Harrison Wells is the Reverse Flash? And trying to, or Eobard Thawne, and then stopping him.
I mean, I'd
before
say
anything
it's worth a
starts.
try. You know, I mean, if you have that power to be able to move through time, I mean, if that would make sense to try to go and stop the biggest villain that you could ever face. So.
But then again, like
But what
you
if
said,
the
it's not, it's
series
the
ends
butterfly
like that?
effect. It's
Yeah.
like if you go back and get rid of Harrison Wells, then something else will find a way to make Harrison Wells come about. That was Harrison Wells' whole point when.
Well, no, but the
Barry-
butterfly
Well,
effect
also,
means
though-
that things just change. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's
You
going to make a
change one
change.
Yeah, but
in
if
the
he
same
like
way.
till, but if he,
Yeah, no, I
look,
get it, I get
if Barry in 2024 goes back to an earlier time and prevents Harrison Wells from even existing, or Eobard Thawne, then Barry himself as the Flash will have never have existed. So that would be a big problem.
So then that
Yeah, that would be
cancels
a
it
problem.
out. God, time travel, man.
It's so rough.
Anyway, let's get
Where's
a new.
Marty McFly?
I know you want to be Hawk Girl,
Yeah.
but we got you as
Yeah.
Caitlin Snow. Thanks, Richard Carey. Let's take a look at this.
Yeah, love
Wow,
it.
that is the art of Lauren.
Look at my
Lauren.
awesome leotard. I want that in real life.
Well, go ahead and make it, or somebody out there can
There
make
you
it
go.
for you.
Anyone
So
wants
badass.
to make Lauren that cool.
I will wear it
cool
on the show.
leotard. Make it.
And give you,
Every guy's ears peaked up there. You know it.
Jack, do we have other live questions?
At the moment, I mean, you've just put me on the spot. Oh, how fortunate. Do you, this is from
fortunate.
TJ Racer 24. Excuse my face being down in the iPad, guys. Do you guys think that when Barry, Caitlin, and Cisco saw the newspaper showing the future, do you think that he disappears because he went back to the night his mum died? So in 2024, are we finally deciding that the newspaper that we see is Barry Allen, Harrison Wells vanishing in their crisis? So everything's been leading up to 2024.
And that's when they go back.
That's when they go back. Someone also mentioned that Barry in the future, between now and 2024, could have, sorry, not between now and 2024, Barry just in the future in general could have had an issue, could have created a problem with Eobard's wife. And that is why that's another ulterior motive for
That's
Eobard
cool.
to want to go back. and
My
prevent him
question,
from
though,
doing
is
it.
I'm sure the Flash, as a real-world superhero, probably goes like missing a lot. Like
Yeah.
he's probably like missing for a week to like do something somewhere else.
Exactly.
So it's like, how do they know that he like
How's he been
vanishes?
missing?
Or
I
like
know.
how long has he been missing? Or,
I
like,
mean, it's like Central City. You can't be so, stingy with the
Unless-
Flash, man. You got to let him save it.
no, there was
Well,
probably like a
spread his
big
legs,
event.
stretch his legs.
There was probably like a big event, and he literally like disappeared, which is probably he went back in
right.
time.
Or like them two would just go and at each other,
Right.
and
Yeah.
then boom, they go back.
Well, it remains to be seen. We have 2 episodes left. I actually won't be here next week, but I'll be back for the finale. But don't worry, guys.
Forget what I just said. They can't go back in time together because one has to siphon the Speed Force onto the other. Forget
Not
it.
gonna happen.
Just forget what I just said.
But it looks good. Next week, Grodd is really going to be, prominent in the episodes. We'll see what happens with Harrison Wells moving forward. Guys, send us your theories using the hashtag #TheFlashAS. Hit us up on Facebook, Insta, and Twitter.
We love
and of
it.
course, the Stream TV. Closing thoughts, Devon. Well said. Well
Very
said.
well said.
Thanks for being here.
Did Jay Hughes, did he get his shout out? It's his birthday
Oh, let's
today.
get some shout
Jay
outs.
Hughes, just let me get to that real quick. I believe Devon did try and mention it, but he didn't make it specific enough. So Justin Hughes, happy birthday, my friend. I believe that's all we have time for the shouts out, so I apologize to everybody else.
Well,
but I just wanted to make sure he got
Keep
his birthday
enjoying
shout
your
out.
superhero day. Before we get out of here, Jack, who's your favorite superhero?
Superman. I don't even have to think
Lauren.
about that.
Oh, God, don't put me on the spot like that. There's too many to choose from.
Mine is Superman too. Do you want yours to be Supergirl?
We love the Flash. The Flash is definitely a tight
Sure.
second. I'm throwing that
Flash
one
is
there
in
now.
my top 5. All right, let's just do this right now.
Real quick.
Superman is my favorite.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's number 2.
Okay.
I think Flash is number 3 for me, and then like Green Lantern, Batman, or somewhere over there.
It's so hard.
No,
It's so
my
hard.
my top 3 hands down always will be Superman, Iron Man, The Flash.
Iron Man.
I love Iron Man. The only reason I love Iron Man so much now is because of Robert Downey Jr.
Iron
Robert
Man's
Downey
cool.
Jr.
Oh,
is
he
such
killed
a
it.
great
He
Tony
killed it.
Stark.
He killed it.
Made me love it.
Here's a good question. Hit us up. Let us know which is your favorite superhero and which superhero would you like to be yourself? Because might not be the same. I mean, being Spider-Man would be really cool.
One more
and
thing.
realistic. At least you're human.
One more thing. Also, if you could mix and match superheroes and villains, I was wondering about this the other day because someone said to me they'd love to see Spider-Man against Grodd. And I was like, That would be such
like
an interesting
fantasy matchup.
Like, yeah, kind of like the fantasy
What
matchup.
is your
The spiritual
superhero, supervillain fantasy matchup? Let us know that too.
Boom.
Just why don't you let us know anything about you?
Yeah, just talk to us.
Just chat with us. And we're gonna get out of here because we're just gonna ramble on and
Forever.
on and on and on and on. See you guys next week. Almost done with The Flash Season 1.
Crazy. We miss
Bye,
you
guys.
guys. Bye.
Bye.
See you next week.
If you want more from the Flash After Show, hit that button and subscribe to the stream.tv.